right, so this one actually caught me off guard. Joe Kent just sat down and spoke with Mark Levin. And I am not gonna lie, I was surprised. Because if you have been following this, you already know that Mark Levin has been pretty critical of Joe Kent in the past. So seeing these two actually have a conversation, yeah, I did not expect that. Now here is the thing. The video only has audio, no visuals. So what I am gonna do is play the clip for you guys, let you hear exactly what was said, and then we are gonna break it down and react to it together. Let us get into it.
Joe Kent, I'd like to go through some of this with you and give you an opportunity to respond. We got Semaphore, we got Axios, we got the New York Post, we got on and on and on, saying that you were considered a leaker. We have the White House saying it. Were you a leaker? Are you under investigation? Do you know whether you're under investigation? Let's try and clear the air right at the beginning.
Sure, Mark. Thanks for having me on. I never leaked any classified information. And the stories you're reading are stories from leakers who are leaking, I guess, maybe an investigation about me being a leaker. So I think it's just a media counter narrative. I had
so nobody has contacted you from Justice or the FBI or anything like that?
Nope.
Did you ever leak? Confidential?
Nope,
Let me do it this way. Did you ever leak classified information? You said no. Did you ever leak confidential information?
Nope.
Never.
Never.
Were you cut out? Okay, you're on the record. That's perfectly fine. And that's
now here is what is interesting. Nobody in the White House has clearly come out with actual proof and said Joe Kent leaked the. Instead, what you are hearing is unnamed officials, political figures, and media reports tied to an investigation, but no hard evidence shown to the public. So right now, it is basically accusations versus denial. And at the end of the day, we are going to find out, because the truth always comes out, no matter how long it takes.
When one of President Trump's closest advisors, who's vocally advocating for us to not go to war with Iran and for us to rethink at least our relationship with the Israelis, and then he's suddenly publicly assassinated and we're not allowed to ask any questions about it, it's a data point, you told Carlson, about the murder of our friend Charlie Kirk. It's a data point that we need to look into. What are you trying to look into there? What do you think happened there?
What I know is that there were foreign leads that we didn't get a chance to look into, that we did not thoroughly investigate. That's what I know.
Do you have any country in mind?
No, I think we need to fully investigate the potential of any foreign nexus.
According to the New York Post, former National Counterterrorism Center official Joe Kent said Wednesday that theories claiming Israel may have played a role in the assassination of Charlie Kirk should be treated as a data point that deserves investigation. I went back and watched the full Tucker Carlson interview, and Joe Kent does not just mention Israel once. He brings it up multiple times throughout the conversation, especially when talking about the Iran situation, and later when things get more controversial. So this was not just a quick comment. This was something he was clearly emphasizing. What really stood out to me, and honestly, not enough people are talking about this, is what Mark Levin did during his conversation with Joe Kent. He did not just ask questions. He played the audio. He brought in the voice of Charlie Kirk himself. And when you hear it, it hits different. Because Charlie Kirk says it straight up. I support President Trump. That is my answer. I know the man. He is the commander-in-chief. He has had the weight of the world on his shoulders. So in a situation like this, I support my friend. He has had my back, and I have his. That is not vague. That is not unclear. That is loyalty. Direct, personal, and unapologetic. And here is where it gets really interesting. Why are not more people talking about that? Why did not Tucker Carlson highlight this? Why did not Megyn Kelly play this clip and break it down? Because that audio adds context. It changes how you see everything. It shows you where Charlie Kirk stood, in his own words. And when certain clips get amplified while others get ignored, you have to start asking questions. Are we really getting the full picture, or just the parts that fit a certain narrative? That is what makes this moment so important. All right, before we go any further, I want you to hear this for yourself. This is Charlie Kirk, in his own words. No filters, no spin. Just listen to what he actually said.
Rich, can you play what Charlie said after the president ordered the dropping of the bombs in June on those sites in Iran? Go ahead.
And you might say, Charlie, do you support or oppose this? I support President Trump. That's my answer. I know the man. He's the commander-in-chief. He's the man for the hour, and he's had the weight of the world on his shoulders. So in a situation like this, I support my friend, and he's had my back and I have his. That's my perspective. By the way, I also look at this and I say, and I understand the arguments of people that, don't intervene and all that. I get it. But boy, have we not exhausted so many diplomatic channels and options.
Let us be honest for a second. If Charlie Kirk were alive today, a lot of people would be going after him for that statement. Supporting Trump like that, publicly and unapologetically, that would bring serious criticism right now. And that is what makes this clip so important. Now this is where things take a turn, because even Bill Maher is starting to call this out. He is pointing to a growing element on the right that is becoming more anti-Israel, more critical. He is basically saying, if that is where things are going, he is siding with Trump. Think about that for a second. Bill Maher saying that. All right, do not take my word for it. Listen to this. Play clip.
Guy Joe Kent, he quit this week. It was a big story. I think he was the counterintelligence guy. And he said, I can't go along with this because, you know what, he's been listening to too much Tucker Carlson. It's, the Jews made us do it. It's just another version of anti-Semitism that comes out. First it was BDS, then it was their colonizers and genocide, which it wasn't, and all these other reasons, like you can't have a state in the world that's based on religion, even though there's like 46 Muslim countries that are based on religion. Some have the name right in the title of the country. But whatever it is, you have all these. And now the big answer is, no, Israel made us do it. We're Israel's bitch. I don't think we're Israel's bitch. I think we're Israel's ally. But, if I have to be on one side of this MAGA thing, either Trump or Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and Nick Fuentes, I'll be with Trump on this one. Because that's the other side of MAGA.
All right. That is not something you hear every day. When you step back and really look at everything, from Joe Kent defending himself, to Mark Levin pressing him, and even playing that audio of Charlie Kirk, to Bill Maher calling out divisions within the right, start to see a bigger picture forming. This is not just about one interview or one moment. This is about a deeper divide, even within the same political movement. You have got people asking questions, others pushing back, and some choosing what to highlight, what to leave out. And that matters, because what people see shapes what they believe. At the end of the day, there are still unanswered questions, a lot of claims, and not enough clear evidence being shown publicly. So the only thing we can really do is stay sharp, pay attention, and let the facts play out over time, because the truth always finds its way to the surface. And here's the reality. Not everything is what it seems at first, and the people who pay attention early are the ones who understand it first. If you made it this far, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what do you think is really going on here?